Hello students, myself Shidhi from Sri Vasisht Vidyalaya. Today we are going to learn the subject science for standard 4 and today's lesson is animals living and surviving. Our lesson number 8 was animals how life goes on. In that chapter we have learned how animals take care of their eggs and their babies. But here we are going to learn that how animals take care of themselves. So before we start, let me tell you the aims of the chapter. Very first, we'll learn the importance of adaptation, why adaptation is very important for the animals. Then we'll learn to classify the animals according to their habitat and according to their feeding habits. And lastly, we'll learn about something camouflage. Okay. So shall we start? As I told you that very first we are going to learn about the adaptation. We have to adapt our body according to the weather where we live. We have to develop some special features of our body where we are living. This process of developing the special features are known as adaptation. Now, to adapt something or to develop the features of the body is not a process of a day or two. It takes hundreds or thousands of the year. If an animal or any human being will be able to develop an feature, special feature or adaptation, he will survive. If not, then he will die. So adaptation is very important for us and all animals. See, now what exactly the habitat is? The natural home of the animal, wherever she or it lives. For an example, fish lives in water. So ocean or water is an habitat of the fish. If we talk about camel, desert, because it lives in desert. So desert is a habitat for the camel. Polar bear lives in polar region. So polar region are the habitat of the polar bear. So what exactly habitat is? The natural home of the animal where it live. Okay. According to the habitat, we can divide the animals. Okay. So let us start. See, very first we'll talk about the adaptation according to the habitat, according to the environment. Environment means wherever the animals are living, they have to adapt themselves, they have to feature their body according to their surrounding. Okay, so very first here we are going to talk about the terrestrial animals. Terrestrial animals are the animals those who live on the land. For an example, animals those who can you can see around you, like horse, camel, elephant, giraffe, kangaroo. These are the animals those who are living on land. Okay, so here three common features are given for the all the terrestrial animals, either they are from polar regions or desert or plain area, wherever. What are they? Very first, if the animal is terrestrial animal, its breathing organ always will be the lungs. Second, they have very well developed sense organs and nervous system to sense the changes in their surrounding. For an example, we are also terrestrial animals, and as far as November or December will be start, we can feel the very thundi in the environment. How? Because with the help of our nervous system and with the help of our sense organs. Okay, so these are the three main features for the terrestrial animal. Now let us talk about the camel. Do you know where does the camel live? Do you know what is the habitat of the camel? Habitat means where a camel live in desert. So we know that deserts are very hot area, right? Hot, dry, with less water. So here, as camel is desert animal, it has to feature his body or according to the environment, according to the desert temperature, according to the availability of the water in desert. So here we are going to learn about the adaptation of camel to survive in the desert. So it is very hot, very windy, and very less amount of water. So see, very first adaptation you can write is it can survive without water for few days, because as you all know that it is having hump on his body, on his back, where it can store food, so it can survive without food and water for few days. It has long eyelashes to protect from the windy sand, okay, to protect the eyes. Then its legs are padded. Why? Because the sand is very hot, and to keep the to protect their legs from this hot sand, a camel has a padded leg. After that, also a camel has long legs. Why? With these long legs, camel can keep its body very far from the hot sand, and it won't feel very hot. Okay. So these are the adaptation of the camel. This is why camel can survive in the desert. Now let us talk about a polar bear, which is very cold habitat. It's very cold. So the animals have to survive. So here camel had padded leg to survive in the hot desert. Same as polar bear also has padded legs to survive in the very cold snow. Also they have a layer of the fat below their skin which gives them warmth. In early chapter also we have learned that what is the function of the fat in our body? It keeps our body warm. So not only the polar bear, if you will notice all the polar region or snowy area animals, and they are always fat. Either it is penguin or polar bear or panda. They are fat because they are having fat means they are fatty because they are having a layer of the fat below the skin. Okay, to protect them from the cold because fat gives warmth. Okay. Next, they have a layer of the hair on their body. Okay, these also help them in the snowfall time and protects them from the very cold region. So these are the adaptations of camels and polar bears, which are the terrestrial animals. Now, what if some animal cannot survive if it is too cold, and an animal, although they have some features, although they have some adaptation, then too if they cannot survive in very cold environment, what they will do? They will simply sleep for long period of time, and this long sleep is known as hibernation. This is known as hibernation. So what exactly this hibernation is? Some animals uh, sleep for so many months to protect themselves from the cold is known as hibernation. Now let us talk about aquatic animals. As I told you that terrestrial animals have lungs to breathe. Here aquatic animals means what? Aquatic animals, those who live in water. Okay, only and only in water. For example, fish, crab, turtle. So these animals do not have lungs to breathe. They have gills instead. Okay. Second, their feet are webbed feet. Webbed feet means they have skin between the fingers. We don't have, but they have. These are known as webbed feet. Either the turtle has paddle-like feet with no finger. These adaptations help them to swim easily in the water. Okay. Examples, what can you write? Fish, crabs, turtles, and so many. Seahorse. So these are the examples, these are the animals, those who live in water. Next, let us talk about the animals, those who live on both land and water. These kind of animals are known as amphibians. Amphibians animals live at they can survive on both, in water also and on land also. For an example, frog, salamander, toad. Okay, so these animals, if terrestrial have lungs, aquatics have gills, then what about the amphibians? Do they have both the organs? No, they have lungs to breathe on land, but when they go in the water, they have moist skin. They can breathe through their moist skin. So this is a special feature of the amphibians. They have two breathing organs, once the lungs and the moist skin. Okay, they have limbs to swim. They have limbs to swim. And examples I have given: frog, toad, salamander. Aerial animals. Aerial animals means the animals who can fly. How can they fly? Because they have wings. Not only this, but they are very lightweighted. Why lightweighted? Because their bones are hollow. Most of the animals' bones are hollow. Hollow means there is nothing between the bones, only air spaces. Okay, so that they can fly. Their one pair of limbs has been converted in the wings. Okay, and two limbs are there, feathers are there to protect themselves, to landing and flying. Examples of the birds you can write, so many examples: sparrow, parrot, bat, kite. These are the examples of the aerial animals. Now there are so many animal students, those who spend most of their time on the trees only. Although they are terrestrial animals, they live on land, not in water, but on land specifically they spend their time on the tree. So these animals are known as arboreal animals. Arboreal animals. Arboreal animals are the animals who spend most of their times on the tree. For an example, monkey. Okay, have you seen monkey ever? They can jump from branch to branch, but we can't. Easily we can't. Why? Because their claws are very strong, their muscles are very strong, their limbs are very strong, and they can hold tightly the branches for a long time. We can't. They have a tail, which is also very strong, which help them to balance the body while swinging from one branch to other. So arboreal animals, so many animals like tree lizard or squirrel or monkey. Okay, now let us talk about adaptation for food. As we know that depending on the food, we can divide the animals in three types: herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Herbivorous animals, they eat plant only. So if they are eating plant only, they have to cut the plants, they have to cut the grass, so they need incisors very sharp. Incisors are the front four teeth, which we have learned in second chapter. Okay, also they have to chew the food. See, we are also herbivores, sometimes we are also herbivorous, or we also eat vegetables, but before we eat, we chop the vegetable and we cook them, so it will be smaller pieces and soften. But animals can't do this, so they have very sharp and strong teeth, sharp biting teeth and strong grinding teeth. So this is a special adaptation for the cow or goat or giraffe. Now if we talk about the carnivorous animals, carnivorous animals are the animals those who eat the flesh of the other animals. Okay, now in these cases they have to tear the skin of the other animal, so they need very sharp cutting teeth, that is canines. The canines are very sharp, long and strong, because they have to catch the animals. Their nails are very sharp, they have very sharp nails in their limbs and very sharp cutting teeth. Okay, if we talk about omnivorous animals like crow, they have sharp beak to cut because see, animals like carnivorous, lion, tiger have at least limbs, but these birds do not have limbs. They cannot hold the prey, so they have to tear the prey or tear the flesh with their beak only. So these animals or these birds have very sharp beak, so they have to tear the prey or tear the flesh with their beak only. So these animals or these birds have very sharp beak. So this was the adaptation for the food according to their food habit. Okay, so now let us talk about the adaptation for protection, because we have talked that there are carnivorous and omnivorous animals does exist. So here the animals have to protect, herbivorous animals have to protect themselves, isn't it? Not only herbivorous, but एक carnivorous दूसरे carnivorous को भी मार के खा सकते हैं. So all the animals have to protect themselves. So now we are going to talk about the adaptation for protection. Okay, so animals, how they protect themselves, like small animals like fish, housefly, so they can move very fast that easily cannot be catched. Have you seen houseflies in your house? Houseflies means मक्खी जो होती है. So if you will try to catch the housefly na, it will fly very fast, you can never catch it. Same for fish. So this is a special adaptation for the fish and housefly that they can move very fast and not easily can be catched. Now if you talk about elephant or hippopotamus, have you ever seen an elephant running very fast in the forest? No, na, because they are very huge. So now here the question is how they protect themselves. So the huge body is an special feature for them, because they are very huge, not easily cannot be catched. So this huge body is an adaptation for these huge animals like elephant. Now, what about the animals, those who cannot move fast, or those who cannot, those who do not have huge bodies? They shows camouflage. Now, what exactly the camouflage is? Camouflage means when animals blend in with the surrounding. Blend means to be mixed. Okay, animal mix with the surrounding means if it turns the skin color, change the skin color, or do something act so that it cannot be visible. This special feature is known as camouflage. Now we will talk about the camouflage in different animals. So very first, if we talk, the chameleon is the most known animal who shows camouflage. What exactly it does? By disappearing into the surrounding, animals are able to avoid attacks. Avoid attacks means by disappearing. They are not disappearing exactly, but they mix with the surrounding, so it won't be, we cannot spot them. Okay. Why do polar bears have white fur? Here there is a question. Why polar bear have white fur only and not the black? Because polar bear is living in the snow area and the color of the snow is white, and polar bear is a carnivorous animal. So what it will do? It will merge its skin, its color with the surrounding, so a prey cannot spot and it can easily catch the herbivorous animal or any other animal. Okay. If we talk about chameleon, it is the most famous insect. Wherever it will sit, the color will be changed. If a chameleon sit on the dry grass, that is a brown color grass, the skin color of the chameleon will be green. If it will be brown, and if it will be sit on the green color grass, it will be green. So fast it can change the color of its skin. This is known as camouflage. But all the animals cannot show the camouflage. All the animals cannot show the camouflage. Okay. If we talk about zebra, they have black and white strips on their body, but the so surrounding is never black and white. But whenever very first, what they do, they never move alone or two. They always move in group. Okay. Now, if they come to know that there is a predator, any lion is coming to attack, what they will do? They will arrange themselves such a way that the lion will assume that there is a design only in the background, or there is moving something black and white strips, but not the zebras. So this is also a kind of camouflage. Strips of the tiger, leopard and lion also helps them to camouflage with their surrounding. Now the question is, why a lion needs to camouflage? To hide behind the grasses, and after that, so that no animal can spot it, and then it can attack the other animal. So this is how the animals adapt themselves, by camouflaging. Okay. So students, in this chapter we have learned about the all about the adaptation. Hope you understood it very well. Thank you. Bye everyone.